pull out the casket, and they go in the river, they remove the body, and they cut that body in pieces, and they share the parts of the body, the dead body. They share the parts.
Sharing meaning that they eat it.
They just share. They carry the meat. Somebody carries the hand, another one the steak, another one whatever you get. Then this meat is actually taken in the church.
What?
It's taken in the church, and then there is a way they mix this meat with some food. And they use that water that has been used to wash the dead body. They prepare the Holy Communion for the people to drink. So that is what I saw in Kisii. If you go to Kisii, you will find that the graves they are not like a hilly, but they are like a valley. If you see a grave that looks like a valley, that means the dead body was taken away and eaten. So, and it is actually practiced in the churches there, most of the churches. Because after this particular church, as I was fellowshipping there, they used to do that. And the time they brought a dead body, and I was told by one of the elders, do you see that? Or do you see that food there? I told him, yes, I can see. Then he told me that is actually the human meat. And people are eating the human meat without their knowledge. So that was in Kisii. That is what was happening in Kisii. Then I came back now to Eldoret, where I was raised.
What kind of church was that?
Pardon?
What kind of church was that where they were feeding people with those things? Of course,
just there, you are given Holy Communion, and you just take without even thinking what it is. You see, because I asked them, why are you doing this to people? And they told me, we want these people to stick in this church, and there is nowhere we can help them to stick here unless we use this kind of a ritual. They call it a ritual. So in Kisii, that is what is happening in those churches in Kisii land.
What denomination was that church?
This one is a mainstream church. Mainstream.
It's just passing itself off as if a Pentecostal, or like it was SDA, or
SDA. Yeah,
it was this an SDA church.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
and there are many, not now, where I was raised, and I joined another particular church. It's a mega church. There are so many people. So this is a church where Billy, and as I was interpreting for him, he was giving me so many responsibilities. Like I used to be a youth pastor in that particular church. So in this church, what happened is that after they are going to together with them in the prayer retreat, they'll be there for about 2 weeks. So we were told to prepare well because it was going to be a dry fasting. So we were asked to prepare well for this particular prayer retreat. So I prepared because I was invited to join them. And there we are. We went to the prayer retreat. And in a place, I can remember that place has so many trees. It's like a kind of a forest. But in this forest, there are some houses. There are some houses made of iron sheets. Around several houses there where we could sleep at night. So in this prayer retreat, what shocked me is that we came and we actually sat round as if we were practicing yoga. We were supposed to put our legs in a particular design. Mm-hmm. And the pastor, the man of God, was in the middle. So the man of God told us, we have come here to pray. And as you know, we need money. We have so many projects that we want to accomplish this year. So we need money, a lot of money. And that is why we have come. So as he was talking, he gave us the photos of the members. And I was shocked. I was like, what is this now? I was not prepared psychologically. So I could look at the photos. Every one of us, each one of us was given a photo. So you look some of the photos, the people, I know them very well. Behind the photos, there are written names. If somebody is called so and so, the name is written, 3 names or 2 names, and then his job description. If he's a banker, if he's maybe a lawyer, that church used to have such people. So I noted that most of the people, the photos that we had, most of the people are actually rich guys. And I waited to see what follows. So this pastor, the man of God, told us, we want to pray. Look at those photos. These people are rich and they are in our church. But these people are not giving us money. They are actually stingy. And that is why we have come here. So we want to do some prayers so that these people can give us money. So I thought it is normal prayers. But he told us, I want to explain to you how we are going to pray. And he told us that whatever you are going to see here, you should never share it anywhere. Because if you share, we are here, and if you go and share with the people what we are doing here, he really told us threatening things. He told us your wife will die, your daughter will die. If you have a daughter, you can even die, because this is a covenant. We are making a covenant. So that time I was not married, so I was not totally scared. But I was worried. Why is he threatening us now? If it is prayer, why now threats? So I waited to see what will follow. So he told us, look at that picture, look at it, and start commanding that person to give us money, to bring the money in the church. Command that person to sell his properties. Command that person to give us houses or lands, and continue commanding that person as loud as you can, and now you can even speak in tongues. So I was surprised. That is why I came to discover these are not prayers. These are actually spells. And people started commanding and praying in tongues, and we were supposed to make such a kind of a prayer for not less than 6 hours every day. So we did that continuously. You repeat until 6 hours are over. Then we call it a day. Then we come again the following day. We repeat the same process until the 3 weeks are over. So I was surprised with such kind of prayers that are made in such a way. But after the 3 weeks, we came from the retreat and we were back in the church. Surprisingly, that particular Sunday, I could see people giving money the way I've never seen before. People could give money. People could bring the logbook of their vehicles. People could bring the title deeds. I saw it. And I said, wow, so this thing is working. And I found out that the pastor was very happy, and he told us, have you seen what has happened? This is as a result of our prayers. So I came to understand that these are spells.
Yes.
And these spells are very powerful. So I remained in that church for some times. I went to another church. And I found out that this particular, he called himself a prophet. And he has so many churches. And it happened that in his church, he told me to go to Mombasa so that I can help with the church there. So I left Eldoret and I went to Mombasa. It's also a very big church, very big. And I was there. And I was interpreting as usual and doing some other works. I was even given to be a youth pastor again in that church. And I found out that the same thing is happening. So we go to the prayer retreat, and the same thing exactly what we were doing in the other church. And these are two different churches.
Oh, wow.
They are doing the same thing again. They take photos. That is why I came to understand you. When you see somebody, when you hear somebody asking you for a photo that they are going to pray for you, you should think twice. Because I could see photos, and we take these photos and we pray. We make some. At this time, the pastor was like enchanting. He was making some kind of a noise that I cannot even explain. And we could repeat so many times. And on Sunday, as usual, we see results. But there is something that shocked me in this particular church. I remember it was on a Sunday. And people, it was on a Sunday morning, and after the service, now it was time for giving. So there was a lady, I know her personally. This lady, she was having some business in Mombasa there, a booming business, a very good business. And she was in the church, present. Then during offering time, she took out her check, and she wanted to give something small. She was having around 1.5 million in her account. So she wanted to give something little to the church. And she took out a checkbook and she wrote. But surprisingly, she wrote 1.1 million instead of the small thing she wanted to give. So this lady, she has given the check in the offering basket, and she's now seated there. Then after a very short time, before we broke out of the church, the lady takes her check and peruses through the check. Then she finds that she has made a mistake. She has given 1.1 million instead of giving the small amount she wanted to give. So she runs to the ushers and tells the ushers, please, can you give me that check back? I want to rectify it. There is an error I have made in that check. So the ushers are like, we have already taken the check to the pastor. So the lady asks them, please, why can't you take me to the pastor? I have made an error. I want to rectify that error. I didn't want to give that amount of money. Please take me to the pastor. So it's like the lady causes drama, and the lady is thrown out by the security men. And then she looks for a taxi. She runs to the bank to see whether the transaction has taken place. She runs to the bank and she calls the manager because she had the manager's number, the bank manager. But unfortunately, the bank manager tells her already the check has been cashed, and it is on a Sunday. So we are like, how comes it is on a Sunday and banks don't operate on Sundays? How comes the check has already been cashed? And then I came to realize these are spells, and these pastors, they even know the bank managers, and they know that these are spells and people can give under the influence of spells. So they know that somebody, when they give checks like that with a huge amount of money, the ushers quickly, they take the checks to the pastor, to the man of God in charge, so that he can cash the money before the spells are weakened and somebody come to a realization that what they have done is wrong. So I came to understand so many things when I was in these churches. I came also to learn that there was witchcraft actually that was taking place. That is the time I came back to Eldoret, to another mega church, now a different one. This one had so many people. And I happened also to be very close to the man of God, in quotes. And we were working together and preaching, until when he told me that I'm going to tell you a secret why there are many people coming to the church. he was so interested. He really wanted me to know many things.
Right.
But this time round, he called me one of the fine days and he told me we are going to open a church in Bungoma. Bungoma is Bungoma, the western part now.
Yes.
So he told me I'm going to accompany him to Bungoma now to open the church. It was built a very big sanctuary, and I was surprised. It's so big, and it's a new church. And why? How comes they are building very big, very big buildings, and yet they don't have members? So he told me, I will show you a secret, what we do. So I went, and the church was under construction. It was actually made of iron sheets, round.
Mm-hmm.
So when we were in that church, at night, that was around, he told us we want to pray, and we were not many, we were around 4 of us. So he told us we want to pray, want to have time and pray overnight. So we actually prayed. We prayed until around 1 a.m. Then it happened that the place where they are supposed to put an altar, they had covered a very big hole, like a grave. So they removed the iron sheet, and I was surprised to see it's actually a trench. It's like a grave they have dug there.
Mm-hmm. So
I didn't know. I was curious. What is this trench for? So I just stood there surprised. To my shock, hey, this man brought a live sheep. A live sheep. I remember the sheep was white. And this sheep was buried in that particular grave. And it was covered with soil.
Buried alive?
Alive. It was so painful. I looked at that, even if it is an animal, but I really pitied that animal. Because they covered the grave with the earth, and they cemented the place now. You could not even tell what has happened there. And then they put the red carpet as usual, and they fenced the place so that nobody can stand on the altar, as you understand what they believe. So I asked him, why have you done that? He told me, this is a secret. Just give that church 3 months, and you are going to see what will happen in that church. But I was curious. I asked him, why should you bury a sheep live? He told me, that sheep, when it rots, the more the maggots, the more the members.
Oh.
The more the maggots, the more the members. And then he told me, but there is something that will happen after the sheep has disintegrated, because the maggots will start dying again. So I came to realize that after immediately, actually what he told me was true, because after 3 months, the church was full. The time we went to visit that church, it was having over 800 members now. It was packed. But surprisingly, we used to bury members, 3 of them every year. Every year, 3 members
have to die.
We are told we are going for burial, and the man of God is happy that, we are going for burial, let's go together. There is a member who has died. So every year, I was there around, I was in that church for 3 years. Every year, a member dies. So by the time I was leaving that church, we had buried around 9 members within a span of 3 years. So I came to, you find that church, it is full, packed, and people, new members keep on coming. But the church, you find that members have a lot of problems. Members are suffering, sickness, diseases, especially those who used to die. They used to die of headache. Somebody just develops headache, and then after 2-3 weeks, they are dead. So I came to discover that even that altar was actually diabolic, because it was only the man of God that was supposed to stand on that altar and share, not any other person, except maybe if they have a visitor who is visiting and is diabolic like them. That is the time this visitor can stand on the altar and minister. So he told me so many things about the red carpet, and he used to go to Nigeria, he used to go to Ghana, and he told me that he's going to open for me a church here in Nairobi. And he told me, you are going to have a very big church, just like this one. If you follow these instructions, you are going to be very rich. So many things. So he talked about the red carpet, and he said that this is not just a carpet as you can see it. It's red because we have accepted that sacrifices have to be taken from this church. Anytime the master, he didn't say Satan, he just used the word master. Anytime the master needs a sacrifice, he has to come and take. And that's why I told him, why should you fence the altar around with the iron bars? He told me, we are fencing it around because accidentally my child can crawl and maybe climb there. Once my child has crawled and climbed on that altar, he's gone.
Oh, so they would put a cage around
they would put a cage
altar
around, yes,
and
to
not
prevent their relatives. Yeah, maybe if they want to sacrifice you, they will tell you to come over to the altar. So once you come over to the altar, they lay their hands on you, you are gone.
You're done.
Yeah, you are done. So I was in that church, and this man actually, he opened for me a church. We went in Tanzania, somewhere called, it's in Ubungo there in Tanzania. There is a place called Ubungo. We went there, and I found out that there is a magician who actually gives them power. So we bought some rings, and I was even given 2 rings, very big rings. They are looking like they have something like a mirror. And I was given 2 of them. Then we came back, and we opened a church in Mihango, here in Nairobi now. It's actually past Kayole Junction. So the church was opened for me. Then I was given a sword. The sword, actually, I was told that receiving that sword means I am accepting, I'm giving consent that anything that the master will ask, I will be able to give as a sacrifice. So accepting that sword, and there is a magic wand. It's like a stick that rolls like it's a stick, but at the tip it is coiled like a snake. It's called magic wand. So this one, you are supposed to keep it in your house where you sleep. And the sword also, you are supposed to put it, if you are sleeping on the bed, you are supposed to remove the mattress, and then you sleep, you put the sword there so that you put the mattress back.
What kind of sword is this?
It's actually a sword. It's like a Somali sword, although it is bigger than a Somali sword.
Around maybe it's like this big?
Yeah, it's very big. Yeah,
what
very
color?
big. It's golden.
A golden sword.
Yes, it's golden.
We've seen pastors being given
We've
swords.
seen pastors being given golden swords.
So when they are given swords, they accept that we are ready to sacrifice. Anybody that the enemy will ask us to give, we are ready to give. So we also did the ritual of burying a sheep live in that church, and it's in Mihango. And the church grew. Within 3 months, the church, I was having 500 members. It was so big, 500 members. And I was the pastor there now. So this bishop, leave alone the one who is in Eldoret now, who initiated me to this occultism, the bishop now who is presiding over the churches, he was actually coming from Nigeria. So he came from Nigeria to come and visit us. And he was actually he was supposed to be introduced to me for the first time. So we went and picked him from the airport, and we had a meeting now in the church. That was on Saturday and Sunday. The church was packed. The church was full. And he preached, and he stayed for 2 weeks. Then when he was leaving, he was about to leave, he called me, and after calling me, he gave me a white handkerchief. Then he told me that, do you know this handkerchief? It's a covenant between the two of us. So I was surprised. And then he told me, you will be using this handkerchief, and make sure that you use it as I direct you. So I told him it's okay. So he told me, this handkerchief, you are supposed to get virgin girls. You sleep with them. Then after that, you can wipe the whatever. And then you can use, after you have done with the virgin, and there must be virgin, you are supposed to use it and to hold the microphone when you are preaching. So that's why I came to understand about the white handkerchiefs, and why these people are holding the microphone with a white handkerchief. So I asked him, how am I going to find the virgins now? Then he told me, this ring that we have given to you, just ask for, go in schools and tell the principals that you are a preacher. You want to come and pray for the pupils in school, in secondary school. So I could go. The first place I went was Ziwa. And then you go and you just request, and you should make sure that you are very official, you are very smart. So I go to a school, and then I ask for maybe a weekend challenge or even a CU, whatever, preaching. Then they allow you, they tell you, okay, you will come on such and such a date. Then when you go to school, you preach, you make sure that you don't just preach, you make sure that whatever you are preaching touches it's something that is relating to the pupils, to the young Turks. So after preaching, you call for an altar call. Then they come and you lay hands on them. You lay hands with that ring. You lay hands on them, and then you just go your way. So when they are going for holiday, they are the ones, okay, before you go, you give them your number. So they are the ones who will be looking for you. They are the ones who will be looking for you. So they look for you, then you do whatever you have been commanded to do with them, because there is actually a relationship. The enemy has got the blood that comes from virgin girls. It is so, the enemy has got something to do with that blood. I didn't understand about that. But he told us that if you do that, people will love coming to the church. No matter what you do, they will still come, and they will follow you. Even if they find you in any mess, they will still believe in you, and they will still come and follow you. So that is what I saw while I was in Mihango, that church that I was pastoring. But I didn't stay in that church for a long time because I actually got fed up, and I was really I could not sleep, especially the sword that was under my bed and that magic wand. I could have weird dreams. Sometimes I could be carried outside. I could be given fresh meat to eat in dreams.
Be carried outside, meaning that
you feel that you are outside.
You're coming out of your body.
Yeah. And then you feel the coldness, and yet you are still on the bed.
Mm-hmm.
So I could not sleep. Sometimes I could stay up to very late in the night. But still when I sleep, I will have to dream weird dreams. So this thing really tormented me. It tormented me, especially what I hated was being sodomized by spirits. That was what really made me to, I didn't like that, and I felt I want to be out of this thing now. So I left that church, and of course that fake prophet cursed me so much, and he said, you are going to die if you ever expose what you have done, or if you ever mention me anywhere, you are going to die. Within 3 months, you will be no more. So I left that church. I didn't care. I just left it, and I joined another church in Kayole Junction. At this time, I didn't want to be a pastor. I just joined it. I really needed deliverance. And this man is a famous man. He's in town nowadays. So I joined him, and I talked to him personally. I told him, this is what I'm going through. I would like you to pray for me. Of course, he prayed for me, but I joined his church, and I started again interpreting for him. But this one now, this one was another problem again. Mm-hmm. So I am there in this church. Then on Saturday, we have to go in his house. The youths are also there. So in his house, we have to be prepared, to be done what? To be rehearse the testimonies that we are supposed to give on Sunday service. So I remember he told me that during testimony time, you stand up and tell people that you gave the man of God 5,000, and after giving him 5,000, as you are going back home, you picked an envelope. Inside the envelope, you found 30,000 Kenya shillings. So that one will be your testimony. And then he called another lady. I know her. And this lady, she was told that I will be preaching, and then I will remove my jacket, my coat, and then I will throw, just the way they normally see, throwing the coat on people and people falling down. But this time you will be picking that coat and returning it to me, maybe 3 times. But in the 4th time, when you go and try to pick my coat, you fall down under the power, but pretense, fall down. And he told another boy, you will go and try to pick the same coat, but fall down again. So these were 3 boys. And I found out that some of these things we see in the television, they are actually scripts.
They're staged, yeah.
They are staged, and that is what happened. Come Sunday, that is what I saw happening exactly. And then after that, you are given some money, of course. You know, the youths don't have a job in Kenya, so they will do anything to get money. Then I came to realize if you look at these fake prophets, fake preachers in the television, mm-hmm. you find that the people who are in the front, most of them are actually acquaintances. They are people who know the pastor well. Uh-huh. So he has told them that I will come closer to you. When I move close, that is what I saw in Kayole Junction Church. When I come closer to you, all of you fall down. So you find that behind those people, we have people who are innocent, who don't know that there is something that has been planned. So when a lot of people are falling backward, even the innocent people who didn't know, they will fall down. Then we think that the pastor is so powerful. It is something that has been stage managed. They have rehearsed it so well. And sometimes he says, I will do my head like this. If I do my head like this, fall down. If I bring my hand like this, fall this way. If I bring my hand like this, fall this way. If I go backward, you also go backward. So
Like
that is
playing
what
soccer in church.
Yes, yeah, that is what I came to see in Kayole Junction Church. It was something like a drama, and but I knew, because on Saturday we could go and we get this kind of rehearsal with the pastor, with the so-called man of God. Then they used to sell things like salt. Here again, I came to learn about mortuary water, but this time they put it in a spray pump. You've seen these pastors in the television spraying people even in the mouth. That is mortuary water, actually. And there are people who go and like now we used to go and buy this water from the mortuary. I don't want to mention that that mortuary, but we could go and buy mortuary water. It's a lot of money. They could sell it for not less than 5,000 shillings. And then this mortuary
for how
water,
much water?
Pardon?
For how much water?
It's like 500, half a liter.
Half a
That
liter.
is 5,000. Then that one can serve a lot, because like there is feet washing, you have to drop a drop of mortuary water. Holy Communion, you have to drop mortuary water, like that. Even food, some food was that was prepared in the church. They drop some mortuary water in the food, and then they serve to people, and people will eat, will have a meal.
I'm not eating any church food.
You see? So I happened to ask the pastor, why should you use mortuary water? Why can't you use just normal water? And then he told me, we need these people to stick in the church, to be staunch believers in this church. Then he tells us that the mortuary water, just like the way this person is dead seriously, so people are going to be serious in the church also. No matter what you tell them, they won't leave the church. And you can do anything you want with these people. You can tell them to do anything, and they will do. So I was in that church for some times. Then I left it. I went back to Eldoret. Then I looked for another different church. Again, I joined this one, but this one was full of immorality. It was a church that is full of immorality. Even the prophet himself, in fact, he is late. He actually passed on some 3 years ago. I think it was HIV. He was actually into immorality so much. And I remember nobody could wed in that church, especially ladies. Before any lady weds, he has to sleep with that man first. And that is why, have you ever attended a wedding and you find that the bride is not happy? The bride is not happy, although it is her wedding day, but she's not happy. That is what happens to them. They sleep with these prophets before they go for their weddings. Like I have a lady who was in that church, and she went through the same experience, and then she was not happy throughout her wedding processions. She was sad and she was crying, and she was not happy. Then after that, I happened to ask her, what is wrong? Why were you not happy? She told me that this man, this prophet, actually slept with me. how can I be happy? And he told me that if he's not sleeping with me, he's going to call off the wedding. So what could I have done? I have to accept, because we have planned, and now how comes my wedding is going to be cancelled like that? So I told her, you could not have accepted. But she said, now that is why I was not happy. So this one was full of immorality, and this man was sleeping even with people's wives. The church was full, and I could even see people's wives fighting for him, literally fighting for him. When they hear that somebody has gone, and a lady has gone to see the man of God, they could not even greet one another. I came to realize that he was also into demonic.
Of course.
And that is why he was attracting these women sexually. So this one, I happened to ask him, and he told me there is nothing wrong about this. And he told me, if it was a wrong thing I'm doing, why is my church full and people are getting healed, miracles are taking place, and everybody is happy? So I don't think if this is bad. Then I could see some praise and worship team. He used to coach them on how to sing, how to make praises, and so on. So these young men, you find them jumping on the altar, and I don't know if you have ever seen, because this is something that I normally see now almost in every church in Nairobi, especially when they are dancing to the Lord and their fingers are busy touching their private parts. Then you wonder what is wrong now. People are singing and praising God, but their fingers are caressing their private parts as they dance. Then I came to realize it is actually diabolic, and this is what was happening in that church. So I happened to ask the man of God, how comes that when these young men are dancing, they are caressing and touching their private parts, what is wrong with them? I said, people love sex, so they are actually when they do that, they signal people will still love the church, and just like the way people love sex. So I wondered, what kind of a church is this? So I happened to leave that church. I joined another church. This one was in Nakuru. I left Eldoret completely. Then I joined another church in Nakuru now. So in Nakuru,
a mega church.
Yeah, it's a mega church also, a mega church. In Nakuru, this pastor was having so many other churches up to Mombasa, and he was even having churches in Uganda, and he had even churches in Tanzania. So he was actually a man who was, I don't know how I can call him, but I thought I have found a man of God now. So I started also worshiping there. There were so many university students who were worshiping in that church. So this man, I was close to him also, very close, as we were continuing with worshiping God together, and we could even go. Okay, we went also for the prayer retreat. The same thing. I wondered, this thing is also here. The target was rich guys. So, but there was something that really shocked me. And he told me that I want to introduce you to a higher power. You are going to be very powerful in this life. So he gave me a car, he gave me a house, a good house. And he told me that I want to introduce you to real power now. So I didn't know. He used to say that. He said, fast. I want you to fast and pray, because I'm going to introduce you to something that you will never forget me in the rest of your life. So we are there. And then one day, he tells me, now this is the time I want to introduce you to what I've been talking about. Then he explains to me. He tells me that, this life there are mysterious things in this life that you need to know. Then I told him, yes, I have gone through a lot. I don't think if what you will tell me will really shock me, because I have gone through a lot of things. So he tells me, this one will shock you. Forget what you have, you know. Forget your other experiences. This one is a real one now. So I told him, it's okay. Just tell me, no problem. So he told me that he wants us to go to Mombasa. And in Mombasa, we are going to visit a certain king. So I was like, what kind of a king? Then he said, don't worry, I will explain to you everything before, so that when we go, you have understood. And then he tells me to get an egg, and then just one egg from a hen. So he tells me to keep that egg in a briefcase. He bought for me a briefcase. And then he tells me I should not touch that egg or look at it. Let that egg remain there for some time. So I took an egg and I did. I was not the only one. We were about 10 of us who wanted this power. So he told us after 1 week, we are going to plan and go to Mombasa. So after 1 week, we went in his house in Njoro there with this egg in the briefcase. But we have cloth, of course. So we are there. Then he removes something like large intestines. And he tells us to insert that egg in the large. Each one of us is given. I don't know where he got the large intestines, but I even don't know whether they are from a cow or where. I can't tell that. Mm-hmm. But they were large. So he gives each one of us large intestines, and then we insert the egg inside the large intestine. Then we return it back in the briefcase. And then we have to spray the perfume. And then he tells us, let's go. Then we went to Mombasa in a hotel.
You flew there or you drove? Or?
We were in his car, the Noah kind of car. So we went with those things to Mombasa. Then in the hotel, he calls us one by one. That is around 12 a.m. in the morning. So he calls us one by one, and then he tells us everybody is given their own story, but myself now I come. Then he tells me, Pastor, you need power. You will even buy a private jet. Are you ready? I told him, yes. Are you ready to get this power so that people will give you money? People will give you houses. People will empty their bank account for you. I said, yes, I'm ready. Then he tells me, this is what we are going to do. At 1 a.m., we are going in the Indian Ocean. And then when we are there in the Indian Ocean, there is something that we are going to do. And then you are going to enter into another world. So in this world, you are going to be given power. But let me warn you, you might come back or not. So that is what struck me. Then I went back. I left the place where he was and said, God, what is this now? Now that the word resonated in my mind, so I might come back or not. So I actually left the briefcase there with my clothes. It was around 1 a.m. I just opened the door. I talked to the watchman. I told the watchman, please allow me. I want to go to the hotel, another different hotel. There is something that I want to get for myself. Then I went outside. Then I went to a hotel there. I stayed there. I switched off my phone till morning. I took back a bus to Nairobi. So that is the time I told God, now God, I need you now. I have walked around. I need you. I switched off my phone. I went in there. I went in my sister's place. My sister could not accept me because I was actually looking diabolic. She told me that I just go back home. So I went back home. I was not invited anywhere. Wherever I went back to that pastor, the first one. He could not invite me back. And then I came back to Nairobi here. And I joined another church. It's in Westland. This one was now led by a prophetess. So she told me she will pray for me. I told her everything that I've gone through. It's in Westlands. So we started again working with her. And because I'm a teacher and she had a school, she actually employed me to teach in her school. So I was heading the school as the head teacher, and at the same time I was a teacher there. But I could come to Westland for the church services. So the dreams were weird. This one again, I'm there in her church, and we are together, but then we go for an overnight, and there she is on the altar naked. Then I'm surprised again. God, I thought I'm free. I'm again bound.
She's in the middle of the service?
No, it was an overnight, a kesha.
Uh-huh.
So we were praying, and we were about 20 of us. That one was not a big church because I feared the big churches now. So I went to a small one thinking that maybe this one are better. So we are praying in the overnight, and lifting my eyes on the altar, she has stripped off naked, and she's praying and rolling from one side to another, and standing and rolling to another, from one end to another. Her altar was big. So I'm surprised again. What is this now? Then in the morning.
Like she had totally undressed?
Yes, totally undressed. Then in the morning, we are there, and she says, there was a guy, he's a friend of mine. We met in that church. He left that church, and he was actually, the wife of that guy was very rich. The wife was working with the government, and she was the one. She really supported that church. She used to pay the rent, and she used to do many things financially in that church. So she told us that this woman has left the church, and that is why she wants her back. So her reason for stripping naked and praying on the altar was for this woman to come back and support her church. So she told us that if this woman will not come back, she's going to die. The prayers I have made on that altar are very powerful. She will die, or she's going to become mad. And because this man was a friend of mine, even up to now he's a friend of mine, I called him and I told him, sir, if you come to church on Sunday, because that was now Saturday, please don't allow your wife to step on the altar. Then the guy was like, what has happened? And then I told him what had happened that previous night on Friday in the Kesha. So they came to church, and during that time, this lady wanted to do what? To resign and to leave the church. So she stood, but she did not step on the altar. She stood in the congregation, and she spoke while in the congregation. So the service ended, and this prophetess calls us back and he tells us, I don't know who told so and so not to step on the altar. So I kept quiet. I didn't want to accept I'm the one who told them, but I didn't feel it is good.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I stayed in that church thinking that maybe things are going to change. But then she again introduces us, because she had actually divorced with her husband, and the husband married another woman, but this woman died. Again, the husband marries another second wife, and then this one dies again. And then she tells us she's the one who is killing them. Then we were together. That time I was now... That time
it was her husband.
Pardon?
The husband of this pastor lady? Or which husband
the
is this?
husband of this pastress.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Was marrying women and they're dying.
And they are dying. And she comes and tells us I'm the one who is killing them, openly in the church during the service. Then that time now, I left again that church, and then I joined another church in Lakisama. That is where I got married now. That is where I got my wife, and I married. But still these demons were still after me. I was not at peace at all. I remember, maybe if I can flash back, when I was in the Nigerian church, that pastor from Nigeria, he used to tell us that if you want to be powerful, people must die. Girls, you must kill girls, up to 7 of them. Then he was telling us how to kill these girls. So what we are doing is that you befriend a girl. That is why you find these diabolic preachers, they don't get married easily. They just stay like that without getting married. So he was telling me that what you do, you propose to a girl, and then before you get married to her, break up. Then when you break up, she will go and die. She will go and commit suicide. So actually, I did that. There was a kissy girl I proposed, and then I broke up, and that girl died. Another one also in Marakwet, I proposed, I broke up, and then again this one dies. So I reflected those things that I have done. Now I am married now, and the same thing is coming to me. The same spirit is actually motivating me to break up with my wife. So I actually breaks up with her. So that time I broke up with her, I was not at peace. I left the place. I went to a place called Kikuyu. That time I was staying in Kiambu. Then I went to a place called Kikuyu in a hotel there. Not knowing that my wife has come to Kikuyu again. Coincidentally, she had come for a prayer. There is a prayer center there at Kikuyu. So she's there, and she's in prayers, praying for me. And I have broken up with her. Then in my heart, I said, let me go in the shop, in the market. Let me go in the supermarket to buy some food stuff for myself. Although I was in a hotel, but I wanted to buy some things so that I can use them. In the hotel I was living. So I take my car, then I go to Kikuyu town. Then I park the car in the parking lot, and then I'm going to the supermarket again to buy some food. So After buying food in the supermarket, my wife, coincidentally, she was in the market also. Then she sees my car. Then she's surprised. So she stands there next to the car. Then I'm coming from the supermarket. By the time I'm reaching at the car, I want to open the ar. I see my wife. Then she grabs me and tells me, what are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? Then she's crying, and it is in the public. That thing touched my heart so much. It touched my heart so much. I was really touched. Then she tells me, let us go home. Let us go home. And then I take her, she comes in the car, and then she tells me, why can't we go to the prayer center now? Because I was in the prayer center. So we drove to the prayer center. And then we were there for about 21 days with her praying and fasting. She really prayed for me. And I just thank God I was set free. I came back from the prayer center, and we came to, there was a church that this one was in Joska, and I was pastoring that church again. But this one was from a bishop who is in the US. So I was pastoring that church, and then I decided to leave that church. I didn't feel that I need to be free. I just felt I need to pray. I need to be free. I need God. I want to know God more. I don't want this thing called pastor. So I told them that I want to be a member in this church. They refused. And they told me, if you don't want to pastor our church, you have to surrender everything that we have given to you and leave. So I gave them, I surrendered, I took back the car, I took back the plot, and there I just came to Kamulu, and we started a small fellowship. That is where we are now, and that is my story.
Wow. That is so sad. That is the state of things in this country.
As he was sharing, I remembered when we went to a certain prayer mountain. And then that prayer mountain, they had conditions that I did not feel comfortable to comply to. First of all, you've gone as a couple, you have your prayer points, you've gone to pray, and then the first thing they'll tell you is here men are separated from their wives. So that was for me a red flag. Then secondly, I was expecting my first child, and they told me I'm not supposed to. I had only carried drinks because I wanted to be in prayer and fasting, but again, I cannot starve my baby because I'm expecting. And I was told that you have to surrender everything. Here we'll just be giving you water and sugar. I said, this is another red flag. I cannot, even if I'm fasting, at least I'm breaking fast. I have to eat some snacks because I'm expecting. I've come to pray with my husband, but I'm expecting. I have a life that I'm carrying. I can't starve the baby. So they said, surrender all the drinks and the eats. And then the other thing is, I checked where the men are staying is far from where the ladies are staying. And when I went and checked into the rooms where they were offering, they were not allowing me to lock myself in the room. Like, no key. That was another red flag. I just told my husband, I know we came to pray, but I'm not feeling comfortable here. Now is when I'm hearing people coming up with testimonies of losing their children. And the other thing that really hit me is the lady saying, I asked her, you mean people with HIV, people with diabetes, people that are on their medication, heavy medication, are not allowed to eat? They're only supposed to drink water and sugar that you people provide, or a cup of milk per day? And she said yes. And she even gave an example. She said, there is a lady who was 9 months pregnant. She came here and she fasted for, she said, 2 weeks. And then she went and she gave birth normally. That was the turn off for me. I said, I can't stay here any longer. This is not a place for me. But now I'm getting different stories from different people. People are testifying of how they've lost their children. There's a lady I saw, she was testifying that she lost her twins after going to that prayer mountain. She starved the babies and she lost her twins, and that has led to her failed marriage. The husband was so upset with her for what she did. You know, there are some places you go and you clearly see a red flag. Don't compromise. We have to be wise. You know, we should not fall for everything. Those are the places where you see they have places where they are burying people. You've seen that Shakahola event scenario where dead bodies were found. People were starving themselves to death. So even in that place, when people die, do you think they are willing to bring it out? No, they have cover-ups. So there is a reason as why there is tight security. There is this and this separating this one from the other one. If you see such things, those are red flags. You don't have to be there as a child of God. So while he was sharing...
Mega churches. Mega church.
Yeah, so while he was sharing, I just took me back to those stories. If I'm going to a prayer mountain, I have decided I'm an adult. I know what I want, and I know what I'm going to do, and I know why I'm going to pray. But those kinds of conditions that put people's health in danger, where they're telling you, don't take medication, don't eat, and you know very well you're supposed to eat. Don't do this, don't do that. Don't fall for anything and everything that the enemy brings. You have to be wise, saints. Yeah.
Satan has many churches.
Yes.
He has many churches. In fact, he probably has more church buildings than the true, authentic churches.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very many church buildings, very many properties. He has very many pastors, very many prophets, very many so-called evangelists and apostles. In Acts chapter 8, from verse 9, the Bible says, "But there was a certain man called Simon, which before time in the same city used sorcery, and bewitched the people of Samaria, giving out that himself was some great one, to whom they all gave heed, from the least to the greatest, saying, This man is the great power of God." So you see, the people of Samaria were persuaded that this man was a powerful minister of God.
Yeah.
This man wields the power of God. If you need anything from God, go to him. Meanwhile, the people of Samaria, the Samaritans, they are the children of Israel also. Remember, after King Solomon died, the northern and the southern kingdoms were divided. Okay, so Judah, so you had Judah and Benjamin, then you also have Israel, the other tribes. So those other tribes are the tribes that became the Samaritans, Samaria, because their capital was Samaria. So it's so sad, because these are the children of Israel, but they were bewitched by a man by the name of Simon the sorcerer. And this is after Jesus rose from the dead, because this is the book of Acts.
Yes.
So this man was bewitching the people of Samaria. And the Bible says, from the least the Bible says, to whom they all gave heed, from the least to the greatest, saying, this man is the great power of God. So back in those days, Simon the sorcerer had a mega church.
Yeah.
And he had bewitched them. So how do you think? What do you think was under his altar? What do you think he was doing with the people? He would tell them, bring your handkerchiefs. I'll go and pray for you. And they'll bring. And he would go into the forest and bewitch. They could not leave him. There was no way they were going to leave him. And if you told any of them, this man is not a man of God, this man is a sorcerer, they'll tell you, touch not mine anointed. Neither do my prophets any harm. They'll start threatening his members, his followers will start telling you, you're going to die because you are blaspheming the man of God. Meanwhile, the Bible says, test every spirit.
Yes.
Test every spirit. That means you are supposed to test the spirit. And if you do not test the spirit, you're already in disobedience.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the Bible said test the spirit.
Yes.
Test every spirit, whether they be of God, so that you can know whether this is a man of God or not. Because there's no way you're going to know what that man is doing in his house.
Yes.
There's no way you're going to know what that man is doing when he goes on prayer retreat or when he travels out of the country. How are you going to know what he was doing in Ghana, what he was doing in Nigeria? How are you going to know? So you test every spirit.
Yes.
And if you are in a church and all you know about that church is that the man of God is powerful, you're in the wrong place.
Exactly.
Because the church you are supposed to be attending is the church where you are learning the word of God.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you are not learning the word of God, line upon line, precept upon precept, learning about holiness, learning about repentance, turning away from sin, and being perfect before God. If you are not learning these things, but all you want is a miracle from the great power of God, you are under the influence of a Simon the sorcerer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this man has pioneered very many churches all over the world.
True.
This was going on during the times of Simon and Peter. The disciples were preaching at this time. They're the ones who noticed this guy called Simon the sorcerer. Because they were praying for people and people were receiving the Spirit of God. Simon the sorcerer comes and says, give me also this power. Sell me this power. Because he wanted to buy the power. Because in his mind, the things of God can be purchased. Because as far as he's concerned, it's all about business. It's completely commercialized. He doesn't care about souls. He doesn't care about healing people or people turning away from sin. For him, it's all about power and money. And that's what it's about for these pastors. They're all over this country and they're all over the world. They're in America too. They're in the UK too. They're from West Coast to East Coast to South. They're all over the world. They don't care about souls. All they care about is the money and power and wielding influence and getting whatever they want. It is a poverty of the soul. They think they're rich, but truly they are poor. They are wretched. Jesus said that they are wretched, pitiful, poor, blind, and naked. They are stripped naked in the spirit realm. And the enemy is using them as slaves. And the sad part is after he has used them, he himself kills them.
And he destroys.
And they go to hell.
Yes.
And he laughs at them.
When he spoke about the retreats, it reminded me of while we were in Uganda and I was ministering in a certain church. The bishop requested me to go for a retreat twice. But now this is going to go to the wives. I every time he would suggest that we go for a retreat, I would go and talk to my husband. And my husband would not feel comfortable, me going to a retreat. It's like, can't you pray from home? Why do you have to go for a retreat? And I would go back and tell him, I spoke to my husband and it did not sit right with him and he said no. So one time he told me, you see, you have a calling on your life, but what is going to limit you is, I'm sorry to say, I know you love this man so much, but if you listen to him above God, that's what's going to limit you. Immediately I had that. I knew that now this is not the order of God, because above God, there is a husband who is the head of the family, and then there is a wife who's supposed to submit to the husband.
Yes.
So there has to be order. Now you find a situation where wives are more submitted to the men of God than the husbands. And in such situations, they become victims. So while he's talking about retreats, I was like, wow, what did I survive? You know, so much is happening behind the scenes. And, you know, these ministries are mega churches.
Yes.
These are people that have thousands of people attending, you know, and there is money coming in. And I've also noticed that many Christians and many people who go to these churches are actually not very 100% serious with God.
Yes.
They are going there because they have problems and they want solutions,
Yeah.
a quick fix, but they are not willing to change. The Bible tells us to seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. If you're seeking first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, you will not compromise your integrity. You will not choose the man of God over your husband. The reason as to why you're choosing the man of God over your husband is because you have a problem that you need to fix and you're not putting God first. I know most of the time when we bring things on table, you just want a yes for an answer. You don't want no. But follow the order of God. You have to follow the word of God. You have to follow the principles of God. If you violate those principles, then you bear the consequences. That's why you find this man sleeping with you before you get married. And now you're crying. You cannot tell your husband.
Spirituela, siwezi bila Yesu.
Little one on the beat.
Maisha ni mwangu mimi, siwezi bila Yesu. Ujana ni mwangu mimi, siwezi bila Yesu. Yeye ni kimbilio, siwezi bila yeye. Yeye ni tegemeo, siwezi bila yeye. Oh, maisha ni mwangu mimi, nimeyapitia mengi. Ujana ni mwangu mimi, nimeyapitia mengi. Kwa rafiki zangu, hata ndugu zangu, nikamtafuta Yesu awe kimbilio. Nikamtafuta Yesu awe kimbilio. Oh, jamani, nimepitia machungu moyoni mwangu. Jamani, nimepitia mazito moyoni mwangu. Nimedhulumiwa sana na kudharauliwa. Nikamtafuta Yesu awe kimbilio. Nikamtafuta Yesu awe kimbilio. Maisha ni mwangu mimi, siwezi bila Yesu. Ujana ni mwangu mimi, siwezi bila Yesu. Yeye ni kimbilio, siwezi bila yeye. Yeye ni tegemeo, siwezi bila yeye. Oh, maisha ni mwangu mimi, siwezi bila Yesu. Ujana ni mwangu mimi, siwezi bila Yesu. Yeye ni kimbilio, siwezi bila yeye. Yeye ni tegemeo, siwezi bila yeye. Oh, nashukuru Maulana, Baba Mwenyezi Mungu. Nashukuru Maulana, Baba Mwenyezi Mungu, kwa yale mema yote aliyonitendea na gharama zote alizolipia. Oh, nashukuru Maulana, Baba Mwenyezi Mungu. Nashukuru Maulana, Baba Mwenyezi Mungu, kwa yale mema yote aliyonitendea na ulinzi wote aliyonipea. Maisha ni mwangu mimi, yeye, yeye ni tegemeo, siwezi bila yeye. Oh, haijalishi ni nani na unapitia nini, haijalishi ni nani na unapitia nini, tumaini ni kwake Yesu, tegemeo lako, mafanikio ni kwake Yesu, Muumba wako. Oh, haijalishi wewe ni nani na unapitia nini, haijalishi wewe ni nani na unapitia nini, tumaini ni kwake Yesu, tegemeo lako, mafanikio ni kwake Yesu, Muumba wako. Maisha ni mwangu mimi, siwezi bila Yesu. Ujana ni mwangu mimi, siwezi bila Yesu. Yeye ni kimbilio, siwezi bila yeye. Yeye ni tegemeo, siwezi bila yeye. Oh, maisha ni mwangu mimi, siwezi bila Yesu. Ujana ni mwangu mimi, siwezi bila Yesu. Yeye ni kimbilio, siwezi bila yeye. Yeye ni tegemeo, siwezi bila yeye. Namshukuru Mungu kwa makuu ambayo ameweza kutenda katika maisha yangu, na nakuhimiza ndugu yangu, dada yangu, uweze kutumainia Mwenyezi Mungu na ataweza kutawala maisha yako. Spiritual na mbarikiwa.
Little one on the beat.
Naomba Bwana uitawale, uitawale maisha yangu. 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 Mbelemewa na maisha, sioni mbele wala nyuma, nahitaji usaidizi wako wewe Bwana, unisaidie. Nimelemewa na maisha, sioni mbele wala nyuma, nahitaji ewe Baba yangu, unionyeshe njia yako. Naomba Bwana uitawale, uitawale maisha yangu. 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 nasema kweli ni mbali. Oh, ulikonitoa ni mbali, ulikonitoa ni mbali Baba, kwa mabonde na milima, ndipo nasema kweli ni mbali. Naomba Bwana uitawale, uitawale maisha yangu. Naomba Bwana uitawale, uitawale maisha yangu. Oh, naomba Bwana uitawale, uitawale maisha yangu. Naomba Bwana uitawale, uitawale maisha yangu. Umekuwa mwema na mwaminifu katika maisha yangu.